Hello, Attraction Masters. How you guys doing? You enjoying your program so far? Well, things are moving right along. I'm sure you're doing well. I've been hearing from some of you, and the feedback's great. Things are happening, stuff's popping out, and everybody's having a good time and getting excited about the results, which is exactly as it should be. So let's get right into this week's session. We're going to talk about confidence this week, self-confidence. It's a very important component to you being able to attract what you want into your life with ease and grace and smiles. It's all about that magnetic energy, and your self-confidence is the basis that comes from. So let's get started. So, and one more thing I want to mention, if you need help, please remember you can email me at talkwithlynn@gmail.com. That address is it's just below the recording on YouTube. So you can write it down or just go there if you need to email me. I'm at your service through email. That's talkwithlynn, TALKWITHLYN @gmail.com. And I'll answer your questions. You'll be hearing from me periodically with little emails of inspiration and encouragement. So one of the things I'm going to be doing for the next few weeks for the remainder of the sessions, I talked about our word exchange, changing our behaviors and the words we use, the verbalizing, the verbiage, so that we use much more positive energetic vibrational languaging. So this week's word, I'm going to start it out each week and call it the word exchange for the week. This week we're going to change the word want, which tends to have a little bit of a lack and limitation, not having, being deprived energy to it. And instead of saying want, we're going to say choose. So if you want, I want more money, I choose to have more money. I want a new car, I choose to have a new car. And as you play with that word, with the exchange of the words, you'll notice a difference in the elevation of the energy. So just, mindfully start to substitute that word want for choose and play with it and see what happens. I think you're going to find a little bit more magic. This is really what this is. It's like casting spells, except that this is not spells. This is casting your will, your intention into the law of attraction. But it results in the same thing. You're going to get what you want out of it. You're trying to create and manipulate the energy of the universe around you. So now this is week 3, and by now you should be noticing some significant shifts in the energy and the things happening around you. Things like unexpected people showing up, opportunities and gifts being given to you without you asking. Kind of like people reading your mind and figuring out that you want certain things, and you just think about it and then somebody brings it to you. You may be feeling lighter. Maybe you're sleeping better. Maybe you're having more patience and people aren't getting on your nerves so much, which is a real shift in mindset for a lot of people. Mainly, you should be feeling less stress and less worry and more joy and fulfillment, just from the simple progress of what you're doing. And also, I want to remind you about using and keeping your journal, because sometimes as we go through a process, you may have periods where things are moving along really great, and then you may have periods where things kind of become stagnant or static, and you may need your journal to kind of see how far you've come. You'll be surprised how much progress you really made, even if you're not feeling it at the moment. So just use your journal to kind of set the milestones and to be the measuring stick of what you're doing. Now, whatever's going on in your life, whether you're getting along with coworkers better, or the kids don't seem so bratty and noisy and contentious, or your partner seems to suddenly be a new person, just be mindful of that and know that this is an indication that you are shifting inside, in your mind, and energetically all around. But whatever it is, just make sure you keep your records and track your progress. Now, the last 2 weeks were focused on connecting you to your attraction energy. And we focused on making you more aware of how you draw things and experiences into your life through your vibrational energies and belief systems. You were challenged to monitor your thoughts, your feelings and reactions, and the words you use when speaking about yourself and the events in your life. We started experimenting a little bit with the power of affirmations, visualizations, and other activities while using the powerful healing benefits of EFT, or tapping, to clear the blocks, heal the issues, and shift your energy in and around you. This week's focus, as I mentioned, is on your self-confidence, that all-important component of you believing in yourself and what you can do. Your belief in yourself and your abilities is the most important thing. Without that, none of the tapping, none of the affirmations, visualizations that we do will have any effect if you don't believe it, because it's done unto you as you believe. That's the law of the universe. I didn't make it, but it's the way it is. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. So our purpose here is to build on the practices you've been doing by bringing your attention to the foundation beneath anything you aspire to do, your belief in yourself. It doesn't matter how much you affirm, like I said, as long as you, whatever you're doing has to be supported by what you believe. And in order to get to this point, there's some more things that we need to do to start focusing our intention on being more confident. But don't worry. We're going to do that. Building your self-confidence is just a process like anything else. And there are things you can do to start the process, which is what we're going to do this week. But the real confidence builders will come from the successes you have as you move forward. Now, you've already had some successes. Some are probably small, but others could be quite significant. And now it's time to take you to the next level and consciously build and strengthen your belief in yourself. It's very important that you take these next activities very seriously. Make a commitment to do the practices daily. Like I said, at least 6 days a week, preferably 7. But, if you have religious study or practice 1 day a week, Sunday or whatever your day may be, use that for your spiritual reinforcement and studies, because that helps to build you spiritually, confidently, and everything. So that's important, very important, as a matter of fact. Some of you will see significant improvements right away. For others, it may take more time. So be patient with the process, and especially with yourself. The speed of your progress will depend on where you are on your path and how much you're able to allow yourself to grow and the changes to take place. Any resistance will slow your progress, but that's why we do the tapping and why there's the Reiki support to help you break down these energetic blocks and barriers and process them through your body so that they can be released. But all of you will see and feel something happen, and usually on several different levels. Now, from this point forward, when you do your energy work, your EFT, your visualizations, affirmations, or whatever practices you're doing, I want you to sit up like I'm doing. Sit up with your spine as straight as possible, but comfortably, with your feet flat on the floor. And if you can do it barefoot, that's even better. But if not, just have on flat shoes, house shoes, socks, whatever. The point is to get the bottoms of your feet flat on the floor. What we're going to be working with is body energy and connecting your body energy with the earth energy, so that you can make sure that everything is flowing, spiritually, the energy is flowing through you down into the earth, which is where everything is made, where everything is created. We're going to work on this body energy because, like I said, our goal is to connect your heart energy with your solar plexus energy, which is, now the heart space is heart energy. Then solar plexus is right above your navel where your stomach is. That's where your personal power energy chakra is. We're going to talk about chakras later. I started to put it in this, but it really made it too long. But we're going to talk about it later. But the energy centers are the things that keep us alive. That's what we tap on. There's a bunch of them in the body. The main ones, most of us have heard about chakras, but right now we're going to connect the heart chakra, which is our creative and passionate and emotional power, with our solar plexus or stomach chakra, which is your personal power. That's where your confidence is. And connect that with the earth energy, because if you are not connected, then it's very difficult to make things come into being. We are all spiritual beings, as I've mentioned before. We're here to have a physical experience, but most of us are out of balance in some way. We're disconnected on several levels. Either we're too cerebral and spiritual, with everything floating around in our minds and upper bodies, where everything is just idea energy, conceptual, and then everything's happening in our head and when everything is happening in our heads and upper bodies, we have a hard time bringing things into form. Others may be too physical. When you're too physical, you try to make changes in your lives by working only with the things that are already in form, already around you, changing other people, changing, this, changing that. If I could just move to a better house, I'd be happy. If I could just get my husband to do right, I'd be happy. If my wife would just lose some weight, I'd be happy. If the kids would just stop, it's always something outside of you, and you find that you can't do that. You cannot change anybody else, and it's very hard to change things around you without having the idea and the thought first. Things start with our thoughts, but we often try to manipulate the physical world and then hope that that's going to bring the emotional satisfaction we're seeking. So, when you really think about it, when you start trying to change the physical things around you and it doesn't work, then when you get tense, stressed, frustrated, angry, resentful, and sometimes so frustrated you might grab something and throw it up against the wall. And that's all this, emotional energy that's blocked because you're trying to pull earth stuff and push it back up into the creative energy, which is your heart space in your mind. And your heart space in your mind is trying to push stuff down to try to make it turn into physical form. And then you got this roadblock. It's like a traffic jam. Head-on collision. And what does that mean? Trip to the hospital, all kinds of nonsense going on. So we want to make sure that the energy is flowing through us correctly, which is top down into the earth and then from the earth back up into form around us. So you can kind of compare it to driving your car backwards. I mean, I love this little analogy. You can drive your car backwards. I mean, stuntmen and people have learned to drive their cars quite effectively backwards. Some people can drive their cars backwards better than some can go forward. You can do it, but it's really hard. It takes a lot of practice and energy to make it work. But if you're sitting and driving the car the way it's supposed to be done, it can be quite easy. In fact, it becomes second nature, automatic. And that's the way we want our creation energy to flow. Automatically, second nature, without thought. I shouldn't say without thought, but without effort. So, which one are you? When I made that description, how does that resonate with you? Well, some clues are this. People who are living in their headspace are usually those who are very emotional about everything. Push a button, say something. They're crying, flying off the handle, total emotional mess. Maybe you feel like you don't belong here. That's another indication that you're emotionally disconnected, where you're feeling like, I just don't fit in. People don't like me. Nothing feels right. Nothing's ever satisfying. That's one indication that you might be disconnected from your heart. Your heart and your mind may be disconnected from your ability to create. You feel like maybe you don't have friends, you don't fit in, nobody loves you. And sometimes you feel like you're just too tired and may feel like, I'm done with this place. If I could just leave the planet at this moment, it would be perfectly all right with me. And some people take it to the extreme level of committing suicide. I mean, that's what's happened with people who commit suicide. They're just so done with this place, they just can't stand to be here. And others of us, manifested in depression, where we just go into this place of withdrawal, and it's the same thing in its extreme form. Life is just too hard, so we disconnect. We don't feel like doing anything. We don't feel creative. We don't feel inspired. Now, some of the physical manifestations of this imbalance are you have balance problems. Maybe you tend to trip or fall or lose your balance. Maybe you have inner ear problems. Maybe you experience dizziness. I went through a period of time where I was experiencing something called emotional vertigo, something. Anyway, it's where little particles in your ears break off and get into the fluid, and it literally causes you to spin. I mean, it can be pretty severe. It can be bad enough to where you can't sit up, you can't stand up. The dizziness is incredible, and it happens to women more than men. And when I was going through it, I was in an emotional, very traumatic emotional place, and it went on off and on for several months. Happened 2 or 3 times. Now, since in the last 6 or 8 months, where I've gotten myself regrounded, I literally went into this intentional grounding mode where I got my energy focused and grounded again, and I haven't had it happen. So I knew that was what it was. So that can be one of the indications. And also another indication that you're disconnected is having foot problems, where your feet hurt, or they're always tired, or no matter what you do, your shoes aren't comfortable. Even when you're barefoot, you don't feel right. Fallen arches. Those are things. Problems with your feet means that you're not balanced. Your weight is not being carried properly by your feet, and so you can have all kinds of problems, slipping and falling, things like that. If you're physically focused, life may seem like it's always a struggle. Everything is so hard. You're trying to change this, you're trying to change that. People don't get along with you. Nobody gets along with anybody else. And, just all this stuff. You're not happy at home. You can't get the right colors in your home. Your car doesn't work. Car breaks down. All this stuff going on around you. And you're trying to change all of this, manipulate the physical energy, and it just doesn't happen. And for some people who are physically grounded and disconnected emotionally, those are the ones who have a lot of repressed anger because they got their emotions disconnected. There's no place for it to go, so it bottles up. People who have a lot of stress, who are angry all the time, who are emotionally disconnected, cold, heartless. Now, these people sometimes can be very accomplished. Because they get used to forcing things to happen, and sometimes this is the reason why they have to force things to happen. They take advantage of other people. They're always using other people, standing on other people's backs and taking credit. It's because emotionally they can't channel anything creatively, so they take it. They want it. They see what somebody else has and they want to take it. They take credit for it because they are disconnected emotionally, and so their creative ability is limited as well. They're also very dissatisfied. Nothing is ever enough. It's never quite right. Nobody's right. Nobody can do the right thing. These are control freaks. These are the ones who are always manipulating other people. Like I said, trying to change the physical. And they end up, even though sometimes they can be very accomplished and successful on the outside, these people are very often addictive behaviors. Pill poppers, drug users, and drug users can be also emotionally disconnected. That's a kind of a double-edged sword. But the physically disconnected people can often be pill poppers, or they drink after work, and they're trying to suppress all this emotional frustration and pain they're feeling because they're making things happen and they're successful on the outside, but nobody knows the secret in their private closet of they feel like total failures. So, however you may have identified with yourself in those descriptions, I think you get the point. So what we're trying to do, though, is to bring your emotional energy, your heart space, your head space, and reconnect it with your body, your other base energy centers, and ground it in the earth, so you can become the kind of person who is very balanced, and that way your ability to create becomes joyful, it flows, and it can become almost effortless. When that thought energy and physical energy are connected, there's a flow. It takes less effort to create what you want. And when it does come together, it usually exceeds your expectations. It's completely satisfying and fulfilling. So our goal this week is to start building, reinforcing, and empowering your self-confidence by connecting your thought and physical energies by grounding them in the earth through your body, because Mother Earth is a substance from which all things physical are made of. In other words, this week we're going to help you create your vision, place it into the law, the energy around us, energize it with emotion and intention, then send that energy into the earth so it can come forth through the people, places, and events around you that are the resources needed to bring these things into form. This is creation at its finest and its easiest, the way it's supposed to be. And you're going to learn to become a master creator. This week we're going to work on your confidence, because once you feel more confident, you feel like you belong here, you feel much better about being on the planet, and you're going to start using the energy in a much more focused way. Now, I mentioned, we're going to talk about chakras. I was going to talk about it this time, but I think I'm going to wait till session 6 where we get into the success, the anchoring your success, and we'll talk a little bit more about your energy centers, because I kind of feel like once you guys understand a little bit more about it, you might want to do some work with them, and that's really not the scope of this particular series. But if you're interested in doing more work with your chakras, you might want to consider signing up for the more advanced version of this program. This is just a quick introduction to get you going, and I invite you to remember that there's personal coaching with me where we can go into this with much more intent and detail, and there is another advanced package where we work together on some real detailed energy shifting and creating. So once this is to help you get started so you can start making money and start making things happen, and then you'll understand how much more there is to experience and learn, and then we can get to work. And I invite you to work with me me on the next phase. This is just like, this is the pre-coaching. This is not even the first coaching package that's available. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the series. Right now, we're going to do some tapping. And what we're going to do is work, like I said, on confidence. This is the beginning of anchoring your heart energy, your solar plexus energy with your feet. Now, I'm not going to talk about it so much with the feet and the earth. I'm not going to talk about it so much, but the fact that you're sitting upright, that you're going to be breathing, and you're going to be visualizing, and your feet are on the floor. That's where we're going to start sending this energy down into the earth. So one of the first things I want you to do is to feel the light of the aura around you, the white spiritual light of the spirit presence within you. Imagine yourself as being surrounded by this sparkly golden white, pure white luminescent light all around you, up 3 feet above your head, below your feet, into the earth, to the left and right of you, in front of you, and behind you. This glowing aura is your energy center. This is what you feel when you come in contact with other people. And when their energy centers or auras are pure and positive, you feel good around them. That's why sometimes you approach someone and it's like, oh, you get a bad vibe. Well, that's because their aura is full of stuff. And you automatically, it's like, positive and negative forces, they repel. And when yours is positive and theirs is negative, your body is saying, get away, something's wrong with this picture. And so it's your early warning system that something's not right. So what I want you to do now is just visualize this white sparkly aura around you. At the top, 3 feet above your head, there's this golden orb, circle of sparkly golden energy that's kind of twinkling like the stars would at night. And I want you to see it showering down through your body, through your aura, down through your heart, through your stomach, through your hips, your legs, your knees, on down through your feet and into the earth, so that it connects you with the earth and you can breathe that energy in, feel it flowing through your body. This is going to start to shift the energy. It's also going to start to cleanse your body as this twinkly golden white energy light of spirit flows through you. Just imagine that it's pushing all the dark, negative feelings, the stress, the dense energy, the things that don't feel good down through your body, through your legs, into your feet, and into the earth, where the earth will recycle it. This is like energetically going to the bathroom. Anything that we release from our bodies is recycled into the earth, and the earth recycles it into something clean and pure that we can use again. Well, this is spiritually expelling all of that negativity into the earth, where Mother Earth will recycle that negative energy, purify it, and release it back as something wonderful like oxygen and joy and love and light. So let's get busy with the EFT, okay? This week's EFT exercises are designed to build and reinforce your self-confidence. Now, even if you already feel like Superwoman, because some of you may be doing quite well in the confidence area, and you're just wanting to learn how to use the law of attraction better. So if you're feeling like Superwoman or Superman, because you might be a man watching this, and you feel like you can already conquer the world, well, congratulations. But you'll still find these exercises useful, because there are going to be times when things will happen and your confidence could be shaken. And I've been around a long time. I'll tell you, if you live long enough, something's going to happen and rattle your cage, and you're going to need to be able to sit down and grab a technique or practice that will bring you back to center and get you back on the horse, so that you can keep going forward. And this kind of tool, this exercise, will be very helpful then. But for the rest of us mere mortals, humans, this exercise is to get us to where you already are, and to anchor our beliefs on the levels where you already are, to get us going so that we can know our own truth, speak it, live it, and enjoy the benefits. So let's start with the karate chop part of the hand. We've been through this before, it's not new, but let's just talk about the karate chop, the side of the hand. Now I want you to just tap on the side of the hand while we're going through the exercise. Okay, let's start now on the karate chops, and repeat after me. Even though sometimes I don't have as much confidence in myself as I should, even though sometimes I don't have as much confidence in myself as I should, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough, like I don't know enough, or haven't accomplished enough to help someone else, or haven't accomplished enough to help someone else, I deeply love, forgive, and accept myself anyway. I deeply love, forgive, and accept myself anyway. And even though other people may have told me hurtful things, they may have called me a failure, they may have said I wasn't trying hard enough, or that I wasn't qualified, It was just their opinion. And it doesn't really matter what their opinion is. Because the only opinion about me that really matters is my own. So I forgive and release the hurts associated with what they said. And even though they said these things, they really didn't realize how much it hurt me. And now that I realize how much it hurt me, and that they didn't know how much I was hurt, I can just let it go because I really do know better. And as I let it go, I forgive myself. For carrying all that hurt all this time. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself now. All right, now let's tap. I want you to breathe in and exhale because you should feel that energy moving. So now let's start tapping. Remember, I'm going to follow through first by telling you the points, and then I want you to just follow me as we just go through the statements. All right? Eyebrow point. I know I'm capable. Side of the eye. I know I'm smart. Under the eye. I've already achieved a lot in my life. Under the nose. I trust myself implicitly. On the chin. And I respect my own opinions. Collarbone. I'm always calm, and use the flat of your hand. I'm always calm and confident. And under the arm, right about where the bra strap is, about 3 or 4 inches under your armpit for guys. I trust in myself and my abilities. Top of the head. I can do anything I set my mind to. Eyebrow point. Just follow along. I totally trust my inner voice. I get more and more confident every day. I am totally comfortable in everything that I do. I love meeting and conversing with others. I am full of confidence all the time. I am calm and assertive in all that I do. I am totally comfortable with myself and with others. Because I believe in myself totally. I love my life, and life loves me. I love feeling challenged. Challenges help me to be creative. I love being me. I love feeling free. I love being free to be me. I love being free to be me. I love being creative. I love being creative. I love the way I feel when I'm being creative. I love the way I feel when I'm being creative. I believe in myself totally. I believe in myself totally. I am totally comfortable with myself and around other people. I am totally comfortable with myself and around other people. I am calm and assertive in all that I do. I am calm and assertive in all that I do. I am full of confidence all the time. I'm full of confidence all the time. I love meeting and conversing with others. I love meeting and conversing with others. I am totally comfortable in everything that I do. I am totally comfortable in everything I do. I get more and more confident every day. I get more and more confident every day. I totally trust in my inner voice. I totally trust my inner voice. I can do anything I set my mind to. I can do anything I set my mind to. I trust in myself and my abilities. I trust in myself and my abilities. I am always calm and confident. I'm always calm and confident. I respect my own opinions. I respect my own opinions. I trust myself implicitly. I trust myself implicitly. I feel excited when I'm faced with new challenges. I feel excited when I'm faced with new challenges. I know I can handle any challenge by being creative. I know I can handle any challenge by being creative. I trust myself and I know I'll succeed. I trust myself and I know I'll succeed. I release all feelings of being small. I release all feelings of being small. I choose to feel really big. I choose to feel really big. I am confident that I will achieve my goals. I'm confident that I will achieve my goals. And I release any anxiety about that. And I release any anxiety about that. I'm confident in what I want for myself. I'm confident in what I want for myself. And I'm confident that the right people will support me. And I'm confident that the right people will support me. I'm feeling strong and confident now. I'm feeling strong and confident now. I'm feeling very strong and very confident now. I'm feeling very strong and very confident now. Now I want to take a breath for a minute. Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to put in some positive statements. This is a real quick one. It's a little shift in the way we're going to do it, but I want to, all that stuff that energy we just worked up, I want to now put in some positive reinforcement so that it will put you in a positive and solid mindset, okay? So now, smile to yourself as we put in these positive statements, starting with the eyebrow. Why do I feel so beautiful and loved? Or handsome and loved? Why do I feel so beautiful and loved? Side of the eye. Why do I feel so aware and alive? Why do I feel so aware and alive? Under the eye. Why do I feel so calm and confident? Why do I feel so calm and confident? Let's go to the collarbone. Why do I feel so positive and powerful? Why do I feel so positive and powerful? Underarm. Why do I feel so excited and creative? Why do I feel so excited and creative? Top of the head. Just make it so. Just make it so. Eyebrow. Why do I feel so happy and talkative? Why do I feel so happy and talkative? Why do I feel so proud to be me? Why do I feel so proud to be me? Why do I feel so strong and assertive? Why do I feel so strong and assertive? Collarbone. Why do I feel so happy and free? Why do I feel so happy and free? Under the arm. Why do I feel so energetic and ready for success? Why do I feel so energetic and ready for success? top of the head. So be it. Just so be it. Now deep breath in and exhale out. Feel the energy flowing through your body. Then I want you to put one hand over your heart and one hand over your stomach, just below, just above your navel, where you feel your stomach and energy center is. And as you're feeling that energy flow, it doesn't matter which hand goes where, but as you're feeling that energy flowing, say, thank you, Creator. Thank you, Divine Spirit. And thank you, Mother Earth. And I want you to just sit with that energy for a while as you feel it. You should feel it tingling from the top of your head down to the bottoms of your feet and flowing into the earth. That means you're connecting your energy. And while you're feeling this, just let it flow for a while. Let it establish that connection, because every time you do this, it should get stronger and stronger. And spend as much time as you feel you want sitting and letting this energy flow. And if you want to, back up the video and go through the run again. If you just want to start with the happy feelings and reinsert them, reinforce them, that's fine. If you need a quick fix or a quick recharge during the day, you can just run through the happy feelings part of it, put in the positive statements. But I suggest, going through it and, doing this, making this an integral part of your practice this week. And continue with the homework that I have given you. That's going to be homework for every week. Those visualizations and affirmations, we may add some to it or shift it a little bit, but that's the basic work that you're going to do in addition to your EFT. Now, you can substitute the EFT work that we were doing for the previous sessions with this one for this week, because it supports your confidence work. But mainly, this is going to be what you're doing for this week. So I just kind of want you to enjoy it. If you have any questions or issues, or especially if you have things you want to share, please do. You can post it on YouTube if you want, but I would much prefer if you come to Facebook. We have a group, the Woman Exec group now. It's at facebook.com/groups/The Woman Exec. And if you want to find it and you don't remember all of that, I'll put the link on with YouTube with the video, so you can find it there. But if not, just go to Facebook and do a search on The Woman Exec. It should bring up the group and the fan page, but I'm moving everything to the group because we can converse easier. We're not stuck with all of Facebook's restrictions and limitations as they're trying to monetize the fan pages. So I'm really slowly migrating everything from the fan page into the group, and we're having a lot of fun. So I invite you to come and join us, and please leave your comments there so everybody can see it, enjoy it, and celebrate your success with you. Okay? Well, you have a wonderful week. Remember to do your work. Take the time to be gentle with yourself. Get plenty of rest, eat right, stay healthy, and just try to give yourself as much patience and allow yourself as much time as you need to make this transition and this transformation. Some will go in leaps and bounds, others will be a little more slow in happening, but it's all good. It's all good. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. I bless you. I celebrate your success, and I'm looking forward to hearing so much more about everything that's happening with you. So have a great day. Be successful and be blessed.